Before we get into this video, I want to let you know that I am teaching a tarot course this fall. So if you're interested, look at the link in the description below. And of course, if you're interested in working with me one-on-one, everything you need to know is in the description below. Let's get into this video. Okay, Sagittarius, how are you? Your cards are totally shuffled, and let's get into your reading. You're starting with your monthly forecast, of course. I'm gonna have to minimize this because this is distracting me. Okay. All right, back of the deck energy is the King of Swords, in case that's important to you. This is air sign energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. This often represents the past or energy that's already played out. Excuse me. King of Swords energy is a very strong, intelligent person, very wise, operates out of logic, not emotion. So maybe that's just kind of where you've been feeling lately, just kind of feeling like you're very... or it kind of gives Virgo energy, even though it represents the air signs. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody who's like very acute, very smart, very intelligent, very communicative. Anyway. That just feels like, to me, an energy you were embodying in the recent past, okay? Presently, now, we somehow shifted out of this energy to now feeling super anxious and super confused. Present energy is Eight of Swords. This represents feeling victimized. This represents feeling all of your head, feeling like feeling imposter syndrome, feeling like you don't know where to focus your energy, feeling scattered, feeling like people are against you. A lot of times this is self-imposed with the Eight of Swords, to be honest. Like, a lot of times this is self-imposed, okay? So you're just all in your head at the beginning of September. Theme of the month is Ten of Wands, responsibility, heavy demands, heavy workload, right? So there's a lot on your plate this month that you're just trying to make sure everything gets taken care of. It's not even like, it's different from having a lot of balls in the air, right? It's different from being like, oh, I got to do this and do that and do this and that. It's like, sometimes this can be one singular thing that's just taking up a lot of time and energy. Of course, like everyone, we're always juggling lots of different things, but this is like a heavy burden, a heavy responsibility that you're carrying this month. It's the card past the Nine of Wands, which represents perseverance. So once we get through the perseverance, once we accept I'm on this path and I have to see it through, we've got to just get through it. We've got to just... We're here. There's no turning back. We got to go. I don't know why I'm getting like Lord of the Rings references. Like, we're not going back, Frodo. We're here. We got to figure out a way to this mountain, Lord. You know? I really hope that I have followers that understand that reference. And I'm talking about like original Lord of the Rings, not all the remakes, The Hobbit, in all that. Anyway. Kegel to pursue is King of Pentacles, earth sign energy here, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. This is about making sure you pursue wealth and abundance and security, okay, financial stability, maybe even making some strides in your professional life or your career. This is, for me, about attaining the bag. You're trying to get your money up. With the King of Pentacles here, though, I would say you're succeeding in that. If your situation is right now that you need money, you will feel more secure by the end of the month. Like I said, the King of Pentacles can also represent the earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. So maybe there's something involving an earth sign that you need to resolve, work out with, spend time with, something like that. Obstacle to overcome is the Nine of Wands. So I was literally just talking about this card, accepting that you have to persevere and then finally being on the road. So you just gonna have to just deal. Like there's just, Sag, you're not getting out of this. And I know I'm speaking very vaguely. I'll try to clarify in a bit, but like the reality is everyone's situation is going to be different. Insert this for whatever you're going through. There's no turning back. You're on the path now. You can't walk it back. You know, because we have these eclipses, I feel like what Spirit just showed me was like someone, like imagine, have you ever been on a water slide? I don't really like amusement parks, or like I like them, but I'm not like an adrenaline junkie. Like I need a lazy lagoon, you know? I need a wave pool. And even that is a bit much for me. But maybe it's because I can't swim. But they just showed me this image of like all the zodiac signs having to go down a water slide but not wanting to. Like I personally don't like water slides. I'm not really claustrophobic, but I never get to the bottom and was like, oh my God, let's go again. I was just like, all right, I'm done. Like and I kind of feel like that's what's happening with all of the signs with these eclipses. It's like, no, I feel like Spirit is yanking you and throwing you in that fucking tube. Like you have to get through it. You can't turn back, babe. The only way through is down. So go ahead and slide down. Major accomplishment is 7 of Wands. So you will eventually get to a point where you are sustaining, where you are able to control the chaos, especially if this is financial. Okay. The 7 of Wands is about defensive, maintaining your defenses, holding your position. I really want to be very clear here, Sagittarius. If you are experiencing any financial hardship, whether it's financial or otherwise, because I don't have a ton of pentacles here yet. I'm only saying that because the King of Pentacles is here. If you're facing some sort of insecurity or some sort of hardship, you will persevere. And I'm saying that from experience with these cards in front of me. We've got the 9 of Wands, the 7 of Wands, 10 of Wands. You are going to make it through. It is not going to be easy, but you are going to make it through. Okay? So let that bring you comfort. Even if you don't know how right now, know that you're going to make it. What to avoid? The Judgment. Okay, Judgment is about awakening, answering the call, having to answer for all that you have done thus far. It's Judgment Day. But you know what? When I see this, I'm like, okay, well, how does this apply, Spirit, in this position? And what I'm hearing and feeling and sensing is that you want somebody to rate you off of incomplete work. Like imagine you're building a house. Let's just go with it. Imagine you're building a house, right? And your experience, your contractor, you've got a team of people and you're building a house. And your client wants it done by September 1st. And you didn't get everything you wanted done. But you go to your client on August 31st and you're like, look, here's what I have. Here's what I've done. Like, what do you think? And they're going to be like, this isn't finished. Like, where's the fireplace? Where's the plumbing? And you'll be like, I did my best. Instead, Spirit is pushing you towards King of Wands. You've got to figure out a way to finish the job. Be visionary, be creative, be a leader. Don't just throw your hands up and say, I did my best. What do you think? No. Go to your client on the 31st and be like, look, I know we wanted it done on the 1st, but it's not done. And I really want to make sure I deliver what you wanted. Do we have some more time? How can we make this work? Seek solutions, Sagittarius. Seek solutions. And I'm not saying that you're not a solutions-oriented person, because I know that all of the fire signs are, which is why I think fire signs and water signs bump heads so much, because fire signs are so solutions-oriented. We're like, what can we... And a water sign just want to like feel their way a situation. It's like, okay, at some point you have to stop feeling and you have to start doing. And that's why I think fire signs and water signs bump heads. So my point in mentioning this is I know that you're just kind of like done. You're like exhausted. You're like, I just want to be done. I'd rather, at this point, you'd rather somebody leave you a bad review for a bad house than continue working on this house. I feel that, but then you have your reputation at stake. And I really hope this analogy, just like apply this analogy to whatever area makes sense for you in your life. Okay. Now your reputation is at stake because you just want to be done. Because you're exhausted, because you're lazy, you're over it, you're tired, you know. Be a visionary. Fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius here, okay? And again, where to find support? The Emperor. Tap back into your willpower. The Emperor doesn't really represent willpower. That's more of the Chariot, but I would still say that the Emperor has strong will. He is a leader. He knows what he wants. This also represents the sign of Aries in case a fire sign, Aries, is important to you. This represents fatherhood. Potentially there could be some assistance from your father, or maybe the father of your children, or maybe you are a father. I do think the message here mostly, though, is for you to reclaim your power. I feel like you need to re-inspire yourself. I think you need to re-inspire yourself. Eight of Wands is advice and encouragement. Move quickly. Or really, when we have this at the end of the month, this is more about, it's interesting here, the 7 and 8 of Wands. This is more about, by the time we get to the end of September, things will be moving fast and you will kind of be out of your rut, out of the rut that you're currently in, okay? I kind of feel like that's low-key a clear reading, but let's see if I can clarify anything for you, my love. Well, let's start off why you're in the Eight of Swords energy. Main male. Okay, is there another person? Is this mature? Mature man. Is there someone older than you who is causing you grief, causing you stress? Maybe your father, like I said, maybe someone, it doesn't always have to be older, but maybe somebody more mature than you that you're dealing with, a boss, a leader, it's causing you stress. Clarify, keep up to pursue. Okay, as I shuffled, the King of the House card popped out. So maybe there is a situation going on with your physical home. Maybe you're trying to not lose your home. Maybe you're trying to catch up your mortgage, something like that. Clarify, please, the King of Pentacles for Sagittarius. Okay. The Hermit. Virgo energy here. This may be a strong connection to a Virgo. Clarify, please. That was kind of reluctant to come out, just so you know. Clarify, please, the King of Pentacles for Sagittarius. Key goal to pursue. Five of Swords. Doing whatever it takes to succeed. You have got to do whatever it takes. And you will. When this card comes up, you will. Even if you don't really know it right now, you will. I'm going to be really honest, Sagittarius. I don't feel the need to clarify a lot of these cards. I feel like for me, that was a super clear reading. So I'm not going to spend too much time. I guess the last one I'll try to figure out is the Nine of Wands. Clarify, obstacle, overcome. 10 of Swords is just flipped out. I think you're trying to prevent feeling defeated, trying to prevent something from coming to an end, which is why your major accomplishment is the Seven of Wands, maintaining control. All right, let's see what's going on in your love life. Maybe some of this energy will come up here. But I do feel, if I had to put money on it, that this is mostly related to your career and finances. But let's see what's happening in your love life, okay? Okay, Sagittarius, here we go. Your love reading. Don't know what to make of this yet. Wanting to go slow. You're wanting to go slowly, maybe after a period of hurt or a previous connection maybe made you very anxious, so you want to move slow. Unexpectedly, some security in like planning for the future with someone, planning for a secure future with or for someone. Theme of the month is finding balance and releasing that which no longer serves. Okay, so this is pretty positive. Okay, what do you have? Back of the deck energy is the Queen of Wands. So in your love life, I would say that you felt like the prize. You felt like you were exactly where you wanted to be. Queen of Wands is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So you're feeling pretty confident about yourself and your love life, but still there's some things you want to just take slow and be mindful about. So let's see what oracle messages come out for you, Sagittarius, please. Separation just fell out. I do feel like this already happened though. So let's see. What do you have for Sagittarius for the month of September 2025? Okay, a couple messages coming through here. All right, so what to expect is the Knight of Pentacles, which is Earth sign energy, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. It's also about moving slowly. You're not wanting to rush something. You're wanting to go at a reasonable pace. The Nine of Swords is typically anxiety, fear, insomnia, right? Ruminating about how everything could go wrong. So I think you're no longer in this space, but you are a little fearful, which is why you want to take things slow. Even if you're in a committed relationship, you may still be healing from an argument you guys had, and you're just wanting to kind of just tread lightly. To me, you're not trying to like go full steam ahead. Maybe you guys went through a traumatic experience together, and you're just trying to move slowly now, slowly recover, right? That's really what I guess I could sum it up to. It feels like a slow recovery, whether or not you're in a committed relationship. I need to make a coffee after this. And it's like 5 o'clock in the afternoon, guys. I'm like, I need a coffee. Okay. Unexpectedly, we have the King of Pentacles again. So I want you to write that down because that's the second time this is coming up in your reading here. Earth sign energy, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, and Two of Wands, which does represent planning, looking to the future, and getting organized. So that's why I was saying unexpectedly, feels like you're making either plans with an Earth sign, and maybe even planning for a date if you're single, or planning to go out with someone who's very secure, very accomplished, very wise with their finances, or maybe even like a safe person, like someone who's, you know what I mean by safe. I'm debating if I want to do my hair over because like obviously my roots have grown out. I've only had this style in for like Well, since my birthday, so since the 12th, so almost a month. So I kind of want to like redo it, but I'm also like, should I just like wear my real curls again? We'll see. I don't know. I have like more of this hair, so like I could redo it. I think I will redo it eventually, but I think I want to wait for a little bit. Anyway. All right, so with that being said, back to you. Theme of the month, 5 of Cups reversed. Again, we're healing, we're recovering. 5 of Cups is grief, sadness, loss. When we've got that reverse, we're coming out of that energy. We've got that right next to the 2 of Pentacles, so we're rebalancing our priorities in our love life. Maybe, especially if you're the type of person who gets lost in a new connection, you're trying to like recalibrate. That might be part of why you're trying to go slow. You're like, okay, I don't want to lose myself in this connection this time, okay? Or even maybe in the past season, just like metaphorical season, or even just summer, maybe you feel like you lost yourself trying to cater to your person and like put your priorities to the wayside. Maybe you're trying to get back on track with like your goals, right? If you are in a committed relationship. We have the Magician here. You're trying to manifest something in your love life, trying to manifest your desires. We do have the Devil reversed. The Devil is about passions, indulging, I started to say emotional ties. Sure, we could say that. Pleasures, right? But when it's reversed, it's releasing attachments. It's typically representative of releasing attachments. I want to be very clear that even though you may be releasing attachments, there does seem to be, I don't see you completely solo dolo, single, you know? This could manifest in a way where you're releasing attachment to an old fling and now you're exploring a new connection. This could manifest in a way where you and your partner are choosing to get over a painful experience together, releasing your attachment to something or someone. This could be representative of you and your person trying to kind of like manifest new ways to reconnect intimately. I can even feel like with her hand position, maybe Sagittarius, you might want to explore Tantra. The oracle messages that we have here, the first one that came out was separation, but like I said, I kind of feel like that already happened, Sag, I'm not gonna lie. Because simply because this 9 of Swords alone, something has got you. I feel like like a wound is fresh, okay? Time apart from your person is on the horizon. And even if you're not like divorced or anything, you could even be separated from, maybe you're dating someone in the military, maybe they just got, went back overseas or whatever. It could be that kind of thing. Maybe they travel a lot. All right, we've got flirt, which I don't know, made me want to roll out my eyes when I saw this. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. I personally don't think we're talking about, I don't think the guidance is for you to be flirtatious and fun. I think somebody you're dealing with is a flirt. I'm just being so serious. That's how I interpreted that card. Because of course, like, it's fun to be flirty, but I think the message here is somebody you're dealing with is a flirt. And maybe that's why you guys separated. I don't know, because they weren't really like serious. Or it could be that you are dealing with somebody that you're unsure about that is a flirt, that perhaps you will eventually need to release. So many ways these cards can be interpreted, right? All right, last one here is religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Now, I recognize that many of you likely are not religious if you're watching my channel. So sometimes this is about you and your person not being spiritually aligned. Maybe you or them are more evolved than the other. And needing to give someone grace to kind of like grow up. Like needing to give somebody time and space to develop their values, develop their skills. The card itself is like is a message to not focus on the religious and focus on like shared values. But when I see it, I often look at it as, I mean, it could be, maybe you're watching this tarot reading, so maybe you are dealing with somebody who doesn't like that you're into witch talk, right? But for me, the bigger message is you're dealing with somebody who's spiritually unaligned. All right. The other messages I got here was Sweet Nothings. I wanted to get a card for my healing heart journey. Sweet Nothings. You're giving me such sweet nothing. All talk and no action. See beyond the flattery. Being easily seduced. Cocky. Again, I think somebody's just like, somebody is just a flirt. Okay. Oh, it says, it's all about them, struts for your attention. You are the real badass. I really feel like, Sagittarius, you need to just be careful not to get caught up with somebody who is just all talk. Do not put all your eggs in one motherfucker's basket. Now, I do think there is an unexpected connection brewing. And even if you're in a committed relationship, maybe you're married, it might be that you and your person come across somebody that can help you plan, maybe coming across a financial advisor, maybe coming across somebody that can help you build, or somebody that can help your security in some way if you're in a committed relationship. But if you're single, this seems to me that you could be going on a date with, again, either an earth sign or somebody very secure and stable and very like measured. But in the mix of that, we're dealing with I don't think this is the same person who's cocky or a flirt. Like it feels like two different energies for me. I just want you to be hyper aware of who's who, you know? Pay attention to what people do this month, not what they say. That's like advice for every month, but especially this month. Okay, let's move on to your career and finances. Okay, let's see. All right, now your back of the deck energy here is Two of Wands again. So write that down as well. So repeating cards so far, Two of Wands, King of Pentacles. Let's see what we got here, what to expect. Oh, I didn't even realize these cards fell down here. How did that even happen? I don't know if this is related to you. I'm going to put them to the side. I'll show them to you in case they're relevant. We've got the Two of Swords here, indecision. Queen of Pentacles, earth sign energy, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, or someone who is independent. Three of Swords, sorrow, anguish, disappointment, heartbreak. Page of Cups, someone very immature, very sensitive, sometimes also a happy surprise. Maybe even with the two of these, could be something around a termination of a pregnancy. As I'm saying that, Queen of Cups, someone maybe pregnant, someone mothering, someone very compassionate. Water sign energy here as well. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, motherhood. The Hierophant is Taurus energy, structure, institutions, organizations, spiritual teacher, spiritual advisor, doing something the tried and true way. If any of those cards jumped out to you, write it down, do some meditating on it, but I'm not going to interpret that. They were just on the floor. All right, so what to expect in your career and finances. We've got the Three of Pentacles reversed and the Four of Cups upright. Three of Pentacles is teamwork and collaboration, typically, when you see it, but when it's reversed, it's like you and someone else or a group of people are not working well together. The Four of Cups is like very underwhelmed. You don't even like these people. You don't like their ideas. You don't like what they say. You guys don't communicate well. But it's what you've got, right? Your hand is on something that you're not even aware of. So you need to open up your awareness, because I don't think you have to deal with these people, but it's what you're choosing to focus on right now. Does that you're a little too focused on how this sucks versus figuring out or becoming aware of an opportunity that is available to you. All right. The unexpected, the Sun and the Queen of Swords reversed. The Sun is clarity, joy, happiness. Whereas the Queen of Swords is air sign energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Someone who's very perceptive, very intelligent, very calculated, not emotional. When it's reversed, it's like someone who can be a little bit cold, very bitter, very short temper, short fuse for bullshit, short tolerance for just impatience. So when I see this together, the unexpected is perhaps connecting with someone who is typically very cold towards you and actually kind of like having a good moment with them, reaching some sort of clarity, some sort of understanding. This could potentially represent inner joy, inner happiness. The Sun also does represent children, in case there's something to do with your children here. And the reason why you might be like, well, why is the Sun related to children? Because there's a baby on the original tarot card, but also the Sun represents like innocence, like happiness, like, purity, right? Privileged lady. Yeah, I think you're going to get off the struggle bus pretty soon, Sagittarius. Finally feeling fulfilled, finally getting paid your worth. And I feel like you're unthawing. You're unthawing unexpectedly this month. You have grown so cold that you're getting an opportunity that really kind of like brings you back to life, that warms you up mentally, emotionally, physically. This could, again, have some connection to an air sign, a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. Theme of the month is Six of Pentacles reversed, receiving money. Queen of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, able to call in what you want, being able to manifest what you want. Nine of Swords reversed. Second time Nine of Swords reversed is here. We're coming out of fear and anxiety. We're coming out of the storm. Okay? Four of Wands reversed. This one's a little tricky because the Four of Wands is typically celebration, like celebration of a cookout, a wedding, an anniversary, a barbecue. It's like a card of coming together. It's a card of domestic harmony and community. When it's reversed, it typically does represent a disconnect to family, and also sometimes conflict within the family or within your home or about your home. And then lastly, we have the Page of Pentacles here. Heavy earth sign energy in your reading this month. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, but this is also about manifesting a new opportunity, wanting to learn and study and improve your skills, wanting to be better, wanting to advance, invest time and energy to something. So when I look at all this together, it seems that you're receiving money that you need. You're manifesting some money that you need this month, which is allowing you to come out of anxiety, potentially even to keep your home. Remember, the House card did come out along with Key Goal to Pursue with that King of Pentacles. Then we got the House card. You guys remember? I'll show you. Some of you guys might also, kind of like Gemini, be in a situation where you need your housing situation repaired, need some finances to put towards your home or your finances. There's something happening that allows you to kind of restabilize. And I'm not saying that you are able, like you're just like totally comfort, you're good. Like that's something you're working towards this month. There's something that's going to be happening at the end of September for you that sets you up to build a better life. Does that make sense? Like you're not quite there yet, but something's happening where you like, whether that be a promotion, maybe you increase your income by a lot by getting a new salary, maybe you get a new vehicle. Something is happening that is allowing you to feel, I don't even have the Three of Wands here, but it's feeling like expansion and growth, you know? Something that's bringing a lot of happiness to you. You're bringing happiness back to your career and finances because it's feeling a little grim. It has felt a little grim. Okay, what do you have for Sagittarius, please, for September career and finances? Recognition. Interesting. I don't have the Six of Wands, but I'll take it. I'll read that in a second. Sagittarius, please, September 2025. Legal coming out. Now, legal did flip out, but it actually flipped around reverse. So I feel like a legal situation will be thrown out or resolved. Legal matter will be resolved. And then one more, please, for Sagittarius. Justice. Heavy on the legal matter. Heavy on the legal situation. Okay, look. Recognition. Your money is looking good and solid. Whatever you're working on now will win you the respect of others. You could earn a leadership position or get the recognition you deserve. Legal. You might have to take care of some legal matters related to financial issues. You could receive money from some kind of legal matter. This is a good time to handle any legal matters involving money. Justice. Something in your life needs to be brought into alignment. Your career may be in law, such as police, military, in courts, or the criminal justice. Be sure to be honest and ethical in money matters, or you'll face the consequences. I definitely feel that a legal matter is going to be resolved potentially around your home, but it seems like you're on the receiving end of money to me this month, Sagittarius. But again, it's not coming out of thin air. You are dedicating energy towards manifesting this. Okay? That might be part of the issue too. You might be feeling like people aren't helping you like they should in this legal matter. My light's just flickered, and usually this light doesn't flicker. So I feel like Spirit kind of wanted to confirm that. Maybe that's part of your frustration. You feel like you're having to handle this situation by yourself, which could feel very isolating and frustrating. You're dealing with it, but you would like some support. So you would like better communication, better collaboration, truly, with the Three of Pentacles. All right, I picked your oracle message, but I don't know what it is, so let's see. Aqua Aura Quartz. It's a pretty card. I'm using crystal spirits this month. I always, I do know what crystal that is, I just don't have it. I always like seeing what cards I get out of this. I'm like not sure if I need a nap or a coffee, honestly. Okay. I guess I was up pretty late last night. That's true. I was up pretty late. Doom scrolling, which I don't usually do. Don't usually do that, but they got me last night. Here we go. Essential meaning. Connecting to infinite potential, a renewed sense of purpose, wonder, and awe. What did I say? I said you're getting your happiness, your warmth back, a renewed sense of purpose. All right. The Earth is only one planet within a solar system, within a massive galaxy that itself is a mere speck within a vast universe. How awesome is it to recognize the power we all have when we choose to see ourselves as part of this incredible creation. And when we tap into the universal consciousness that continually generates love and guides us with the wisdom of the ages. Sometimes I be feeling like I read these sentences with like the absolute worst cadence. How awesome is it to recognize the power we all have when we choose to see ourselves as part of this incredible creation, and when we tap into the universal consciousness that continually generates love and guides us with the wisdom of the ages. The appearance of this crystal is a message to you to cease your cynicism and worry. That's really good too, because the Queen of Swords, she's very cynical. She's very cynical. But this isn't just for your career and finances. This is for September overall. How unlikely we all are, and yet we are here. Drink in the magic of life in your body on this planet and let yourself be filled with wonderment. Open yourself to healing in its many forms as the universal consciousness eternally creates new beginnings and generates abundance. Today is a day to appreciate the magic that is everywhere. Oh my God. I need a nap. And I don't know, maybe that's just how you feel. I don't know if Spirit's just kind of like, maybe that's how you feel, Sagittarius. Like I said, you're really tired. Didn't I say at the beginning of the reading? I was like, and this is like, I swear to God, if I get like a second wind after I cut off this recording, then that's how I know Spirit was really working with me, because I said at the beginning of this reading, I was like, you're exhausted, but the only way through is down the tube. You gotta go. You cannot turn back. You're exhausted, but you gotta go. Maybe that's why I'm feeling very tired, because I'm just like, I'm about to fall out right now. And maybe that's just how you feel. Like you just need a day of rest. You just need some time. Okay. I hope this is helpful, Sagittarius. Drop some comments below if it is. Watch your moon and your rising as well if you haven't already. I love you. I will see you on the next video. Please remember, like I said, you're going to make it through. It's just going to be difficult, but you can handle this. I believe in you. Trust me. Trust me, you will get through this and without having to lose everything. All right? Bye.